5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Started.
Yep. Good luck.
Thank you.
GG, Andy, and good luck in consistent.
Okay.
3 minutes
Yay!
on the rest. Nice, man.
And we are in an ad right now, which is...
Studio Pro.
I forgot to turn those off.
Oh no. It's alright, you're not the only one.
I don't think you can even fully turn off ads if you're affiliate. You can turn off mid-roll ads, but not start off the stream ads.
Yeah, just use my approach and reject affiliate every time it tells you should do it.
That works too, yeah.
Alright, I will go. I don't
Alright,
sleep on work.
See ya, Tosin.
Ads are...
Yeah, good luck.
I'm gonna take a break as well before my run,
Yeah.
so good luck to Inconsistent and everyone else who's gonna be running.
I'm
See you
gonna
later.
look- Yo,
Yeah, mate.
I'm gonna look back on this run to know what happens. But having a gold split is hilarious. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a breather. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
We'll let you know when we have the stream audio.
Alrighty.
Or at least I will do my best.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. Such an easy mistake to make.
I should be good on health, I think.
Yeah, it looks like you should be fine. My voice isn't like super pitched down or anything, by the way, is it? I was having some trouble with the sample rate earlier.
I'd hope not.
All right, if I sound at all like I usually sound, it's good.
No, you sound fine to me right now.
All right, then we're good to go. And I'm assuming you're streaming the Discord audio.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Nice first cross. Very quick work. Oh, going for that. Going for the perfect cycle.
I've practiced it a lot.
I can see that.
Hope that damage boost doesn't ruin that, because you go a little slower after damaging.
I just straight up forgot to do it in my run, so...
Ugh.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I guess that damage boost did do it, unfortunately. But that's fine. At least it's pretty early in the level, so that's not a devastating time loss.
Yeah. Alright, I'm not going for it.
Fair enough. It was a very valid attempt. One key door that we
I believe we do 3 wall clips. This is from what I remember from watching you running. Last time I was counting down the number of death warp we do in Klonoa 2 to save in-game time, and I was surprised to notice there are much more than what I thought. Yes. I love those kind of tricks. When you break the 2.5D of the game. I love that. That's just visually beautiful. In my opinion. We unfortunately don't have those in Klonoa 2. Only 1, 2. In a speedrun, you mean? In a speedrun, we still don't find any utility. Yeah. Balneo had some ideas about one wall clip, but nothing was discovered from that. Yes, I was about to ask that. Those boss fights... Oh, by the way, we are on active on the BSJ stream. I was about to ask if there is some RNG involved in boss fights. I feel like this is one of the most tricky visions of the game. It's funny to mention that during cutscenes, the gimmicks, the cycles of the vision keeps running.
Unmuting my microphone, which I just was informed was muted, which is really embarrassing.
Oh.
Okay, as as I mess up a
double jump storage, which allows me to clip into this door instantly. Normally you're supposed, when you open a door, you are bounced back, and you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can actually move and go into the door. But what we're actually doing is doing a trick that allows us to get movement of Klonoa back earlier, and you can instantly enter the door. And I'm gonna do the first wall clip here, which is, I don't know why the music is grooving, but it sure is grooving. That wasn't a bad clip. I'm very fine with that. However, I just did the mistake of throwing this enemy into the clock, which I absolutely wasn't supposed to do, because now that meant I had to waste a couple seconds on waiting for those other enemies to cross the gap. But that's fine. Okay, another wall clip coming up. This one is easier than the first one, but oh, okay, well, this clip is very weird. A lot of different things can happen, and I was lucky, but this is a nice clip, it's okay. So normally this is about to be the hardest part of the stage and one of the hardest places in the run, but that is only if you're going for a certain trick that I will not go for, that only one runner goes for in runs, which is a moser, and it's a trick that only saves maybe more than 10 seconds, but it's the hardest thing that has ever been used in runs. Needless to say, I'm not going to go for it because it's too difficult for me. Also, excuse me if I'm wrong, but I'm not able to hear any of you guys, so I don't know if it's because you are simply not speaking, or if it's because there's a problem. But as long as you guys can hear me, then I'm good. Because if you need to say something to me, you need to come to my stream, and you need to message me there, because I'm currently not able to multitask going to other places. So I'm gonna do a small clip. You're supposed to wait a bit longer on this gondola to fully come up, but for some reason it's possible to clip early out of it, and yeah, this is a fairly good stage. So far, nothing bad has happened. I'm quite happy. And now we're in for mostly a pretty simple stage with a lot of lot of nothing in it, a lot of walking in straight lines. So we need to go over here to pick up a key. And at the beginning I set up another double jump storage. So basically what it does is, once you have this double jump storage on, the glitch on, whenever you're in the air and you have an enemy grab, you automatically do a double jump, even if you didn't press the button, and even if the control of the button is removed from you, which is especially buggy. And so we're able to clip into doors because thanks to that. And this room is the beginning of this room is fairly difficult. People usually grab the checkpoint because if you die it's pretty painful, but I'm not so concerned about that part myself, so I didn't grab the checkpoint. Oh, I've never had that happen with this enemy getting stuck on the ground like that. So this is a pretty tight cycle with you're supposed to grab. A bit too long to explain, it's a bit late now. I'm doing what I can to explain stuff to you guys. Even if no one is listening to me, that's fine. So this is
Yeah, but anyways, we'll have another door skip coming up here soon. Another one that's contingent on me actually blinding it. Or if I do get it, it'll essentially be me just being pushed back. Again, because Amosu did mention opening doors ends up pushing you up, or it makes you like jump, right? Like, that's what you said?
Yeah, I think really it's not so much the being pushed, because it turns out that the double jump storage fires off if you walk through an open door either, which doesn't give you that little bump animation. So it's really just the act of the animation playing that apparently makes you count as not grounded. It's not the physical leaving of the ground, which is actually something we didn't know until recently when I said, why don't I just test this, do the double jump storage, and go through a doorway that doesn't bounce you in the air and see if it still happens. And sure enough, it shoots you into the air. It doesn't do anything useful, just makes it look stupid as the screen transition's happening.
Yeah.
But it did kind of change our original notions of why it works to be a bit more confusing.
Right. I ended up getting a double jump after, I guess, getting to the door, but I didn't really touch the door. At least not to use the key. But it would have
that was weird. That actually,
like that.
Yeah, that was weird. That actually looked good to me. I was surprised that didn't work.
Anyways,
Okay,
we have a
Neil
right
is
side
going
displacement
for-
here. Yeah.
Yep. So this
There
is
we
yet
go.
another kind of fundamentally different type of clip from the others that relies on what appears to be a small glitch in the plane swap mechanic, where it will displace you by a tiny amount when you land when swapping between different planes, and having moved, I don't remember the exact details, having moved left for 2 frames, I believe, just as you land. And that is enough, in this case, to squeeze an enemy through that doorway, which was actually one of the most sought-after glitches in this category, until we realized that the platform Neil is on now, or was just on, is in an unfavorable position, so you can't use that trick to skip the whole level. You can only use it to skip an animation, but it still saves 7 seconds, so it's definitely worth it.
We're about to enter Gilgbalm, and oh boy, I really hope I don't mess something up here, because that would be pretty bad. You want to explain why?
Yeah, one of the disadvantages to Nem Collection is, for some reason, this boss can crash if it hits you while you're in the double jump animation. Normally, that being hit in the double jump animation is actually a potentially favorable glitch that lets you still double jump despite having gotten the height from the animation of partially double jumping. So it can give you some extra height, and it's very useful, especially in like the no skips category and things like that. But in this one boss, instead it crashes the game. No idea why. No one has any idea why. But it can be a problem.
Oh, it definitely. It's essentially the death of any run. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna be at risk of getting it, because I just beat him. Okay, we're good. I got a little worried going for that final hit though. If I had gotten a little lower and touched the, I guess, tip of his clam, right? I guess, I don't know. Was he supposed to be like a rock, a clam type plant? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But that was actually a very solid Gilgbalm fight, which is good to see.
We're gonna go for another wall clip here. Also, on this version of the game, you can actually be hugging the wall, whereas I think in some of these wall clips, you actually have to be a little bit away from the wall, which again adds some variety and bringing light to the point of not all wall clips being created equally.
Yeah, and in this one, you can be touching the wall on Nam Collection. You can't on the original, which makes it substantially easier on this version, because you can just mash the inputs until you go through the wall. In this case, you never have to worry about stepping back to restart it or anything like that.
Right, and then we do have, I guess, what we would equate to an ultra skip. At least that's what we've called it. I'm hoping that I can land it first try, because I know Moser did. And it was pretty cool when he did his run earlier. So I'm going to focus up really quick. No, I sadly did not get it, but I was really close. You only get one shot to do the 4-1 Ultra, before you have to go for this backup.
By the way, I have forgotten to watch. We have not been on audio for a while, but
It's fun to explain,
here's a
just for fun.
wall clip. Wall clip also a little harder on this version, or at least a little bit different. No, definitely harder on this version of the game. So making it through that very cleanly is great to see.
Trying to be more mindful of my health right now.
And I'm expecting we will... Yeah, that is a good idea. I will let you focus for a moment.
Good thing there is a heart right up here.
Yes. Yes, and as I expected, we're going to see a slightly different version of this. Still, we'll skip basically half the room.
Oh, I got damaged.
Ooh. That's fine. Can just go for it again. Perfect. It's another one where everyone does it slightly differently. It really doesn't matter if you go ascend those final enemies from the right side or the left side. It doesn't matter if you jump off the little swinging platform. You are in an ad right now.
I wonder if I'll have time to turn those off.
I wouldn't worry about it. We're halfway through already.
Sometimes I forget how short this game is. That's one thing that Klonoa 2 cannot relate to.
Yes.
I heard you. I'm just like in there. Good luck being consistent.
Nice fast grab on the enemy. Nice damage boost there. Do watch your health. Oh, nice. Going into Palladium with essentially no risk of dying at this point. Not to jinx it or anything, but half health is usually not a problem. Audio will be switching shortly. I don't know if that means it will be switching to your run, but it will be switching shortly, so I will let you know if it is us.
5-1. Aye.
I'm looking forward to seeing which order you do these in.
My order has stayed the same for the most part.
Interesting.
I should probably consider doing yellow and green first instead of red and blue. Honestly.
Yeah, as long as one of the middle orbs is done last, modulo maybe some extremely tiny changes. It really doesn't matter And the only reason it matters to do the last 2 orbs last, I feel like it would have been
It's not a
about.
good time to check it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any major regrets about not testing that in real time.
Oh no, we better not.
Yeah, so a bit of a time loss there, but not actually nearly as bad as I feared. All right, now more tight cycles.
Yes, a 5-2 is a lot about cycles. Even when playing the game casually. You're going through a kind of night-day cycles that makes platform spawns and that changes some enemies into something you can catch. So that you can't use to double jump.
Got a really perfect wall clip there. That's not super common to see, so I'm really happy that that happened. Tiny little optimization there. Snipe that switch a little early.
Yeah, those invisible walls where you have to wait for the platform.
Yep.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the the platforms have different rules in the game. Like the ones in 3.1, that's based on a secret frame rule, much like how the frame rules in the old Mario's work. What am I doing? I am doing the all visions route, but we're fine. I caught myself in time, so we didn't lose anything for it. But yeah, these you just have to stand in the right spot and then wait for them. There's no kind of speeding it up. I'm taking a lot of damage. Okay, gotta be a little careful here so I don't actually just run out of health and die. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the cage skip coming up next, and that I use an audio cue for, so I will need a moment of serious time for that.
The sound is back on the stream.
Thank you so much for complimenting my commentary, as I literally am going into a section where I need an audio cue, so I need quiet time. Nope, we are having a bit of trouble with this. No, okay. That was not great. Let's do that one more time. I think this is it. Okay, good.
Nice.
Lost some time there, but not a lot. So we were finding a tiny little seam in that wall to grab that enemy. And like I said, there's an audio cue. I didn't balance the game audio quite well, and I couldn't actually hear it, so I messed it up a little bit, but only lost 1 cycle, so that could have been a lot worse. You can damage bounce off that flame. I did not do that because the timing is very precise. If you fail that, you lose 20 seconds right there, and I just lost a bunch of time with the cage grabs, so I didn't want to risk losing a lot more time. Fortunately, that 5-2 went really great otherwise, so that time loss is not that bad. And here's Joka. Joka's the scariest boss in the game by far. It can crash for reasons that aren't understood at all. And if you die right at the end, you are losing 3 minutes. So essentially, we don't want to mess this boss up. Fortunately, we are going in with 3 hearts, so we should be able to make it through.
It's a very long one.
Yeah, but this is definitely one of the scariest parts of any run of this game. We just want to get we want to clear these tiles in order to skip from the night phase where the enemies are invincible to the day phase where we can use the enemies to throw at the boss and damage it. Obviously, the optimal way to clear these tiles is to kind of jitter between them because you have to step on the blue ones twice. We're going to see purple tiles in the next phase where you have to step on them 3 times, so you have to get really fast at kind of jittering the controller in order to optimize it, trying to clip through that spawning crystal, but we didn't quite succeed. That's just swag and does absolutely nothing.
And yeah, we the other thing that's worth noting is the glowing.
That's not good. I don't want to use too much. Okay. Okay, well at least I got some extra life. Not super good execution. You need to clear all of the tiles. You know, the boss switches from day to night. Between hits, and when it's night time, you cannot attack the boss in any way, and the only way to advance the fight to make the boss return to his normal day phase is to hit it, to clear the tiles on the ground, which is going to happen 2 times. This is the longest boss in the game, and if you die, you lose 2 to 3 minutes, and it's also the hardest one to dodge. So it's a pretty stressful one. But in terms of actual speedrun difficulty, it's pretty hard and random, but it's mostly about just being able to hit Joker. No, that's not good. Okay, that's good. It's for top level. It just amounts to being able to hit the boss at all. If you cannot miss any shots, you are in a good position. Okay, this is not good. Okay, well, Joker was very friendly to me here. Is he gonna be friendly with me too? This could have been a bit better. Not a super great boss fight, but it's fine. Now for the last two levels of the run. Oh, and also, but if I cannot hear the last player, the Rayman 2 player, Tokne, I do not know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. But that's going to be a problem. Okay, so I'm trying to clip into this wall. And it was going perfectly. And why now it's not going so smooth? Okay, here we go. Come on. Second wall clip. These are very difficult wall clips. Okay, well, this is going very bad. But that's not what matters. What matters is this part here. Not falling the stairs, which I've done too often in my career, in my play. Not a good stage. The wall clips were slow, but we made it. But yeah, I have no idea how you guys are going to be able to transition from my run, because if I can't hear you. Oh, and the worst offender, if I actually forgot to save at 5-2 in order to avoid a potential crash. This is really bad. So this means I have not saved a single time in this one. It's terrible. I'm not able to hear anybody. For all I know, I'm ruining the entire event. But ruining green splits. But what can you do? So this is there's a faster skip, but it's extremely hard and it's inconsistent for me. So I'm going for this. What used to be the ultimate skip for this level, and I nailed it perfectly. I nailed everything in this level perfectly. So that's very good. And now we got Gadgets, which is the most RNG fight in the game. Oh my god. Most random fight in the game, and maybe the hardest to do correctly.
Neil's gonna clip through a wall and then squeeze the top of Klonoa's head through a tiny little gap. And that involves two frame windows where you have to essentially move left the right amount to be able to make it through the gap, and then jump at the right 2-frame window. So you have to, and so in order to get it to work, it's incredibly precise.
So I've already missed it once, unfortunately, and
Oh, too bad.
I know.
There are a few different ways to sort of break this level, but this is the fastest by quite a bit. Sadly, it is, of course, also the most difficult way to do it. Although the other one that was kind of considered the human viable way to do it for a long time, when this was considered TAS only, is also really hard. Like barely harder. Just a little more consistent, I think.
Oh man, I'm already going 4 times not landing it. Great. I'm gonna give myself a handful of attempts here, and if not, I'm just gonna go for another method of clearing this level fast.
I'll let you focus.
Great. Yes, this is a moment of focus here, guys. I'm gonna really try to land this. There we go. We got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Um,
You were gonna say something, Emosi?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I see UI, Jess, who I believe is going to be the next runner, is in voice chat, and I'm just letting you know that we've got another 6 minutes of bosses before the run is done.
Good luck.
Oh boy. Alright, hopefully Gaudius treats us well, because this first phase likes to spawn enemies pretty far apart, and Klonoa can only move so fast. This is 2, 3... There's that last one. Okay. I'm glad that really went well, because this game likes to slow down the first phase, specifically Nam Collection for some reason, due to what can be attributed to some form of memory. Right, Emosher?
We have no idea.
It's just something
one
that
of the
happens.
mysteries of the universe. Yeah.
It's
Something
fine.
about the way they ported it it's terribly laggy here.
Oh man, I should have waited a bit. Oh! Okay, alright, I just need one more hit. But that was almost a perfect Gaudius. Alright, we got this third phase here. We gotta hit the Yoda head, alright? What has been seen cannot be unseen. It's not just traditional orbs, the game is lying to you. Alright, anybody that's played this game will now be scarred with that fact for the rest of their life. And with that, we have beaten Gaudius, taking us to the final vision.
Yeah, Gaudius, a lot of RNG associated with it. It can be a very frustrating boss for being so late into the run, and just having the potential to make you lose minutes.
Now we have Natum here. There's an element of RNG that can affect you, especially if you're on a tight PB pace. There's easy 7-second time loss you get here if the moves don't spawn in a desirable way. Essentially, after this set of 4 that you end up tossing into the cannons, he's going to do another one of those spout outs. And it's all RNG. Hopefully it goes to the right. Oh no, it went to the left. So now I have to wrap back around here, and I'm going to lose 7 seconds to a frame rule. Here we go. With that, the first phase has been cleared. And you'll notice he's just noticing all the cannons around him about to shoot him. And the health bar just starts depleting all at once. And he's just thinking to himself, you know what? Screw you guys. He explodes everybody out of sight, and he consumes Klonoa right into that stomach of his. That's just so massive that it's like this vortex of nothingness, and his face is there. I'm gonna do a purposeful death here just to skip little round of cutscenes that ends up just being faster to die here. You want to explain a little bit of the manipulation?
Inconsistent, just wrapping up Vision. Just wrapping up Vision 6.2 using a slightly different method than what I do.
Thank God.
Perfect. Yeah, doing a very, very precisely timed double jump off an enemy as it spawns.
My best possible is still barely under estimate.
I believe. Nice 4 hits at the beginning of Gadius. Now it is essentially just RNG, whether the next 6 hits work out in a favorable way. Ideally, we do some timing manipulation and get them without ever seeing the third triangle phase. Ooh, and unfortunately that's just out of reach, but it's fine. We will only see the triangle for a tiny little bit, get 1 quick hit, and that should be the end of Gadius. Up and add again. Nice.
On to Natum. Left or right, do you think?
Left. That's just what I always guess.
Unfortunate.
Oh, I thought you meant for the coin flip. For the fast cycle after this. Oh, and destabilize if you are listening in the voice chat. I will give you a cue when there's roughly 1 minute left in this run, so that will allow you to be prepared for.
It was left on the coin flip.
And yeah, so as is often the case with this phase, perfectly executed, but the RNG was not favorable, so it was 7 seconds slower than it could have been.
We will intentionally die here to skip a bit of the starting sequence of this phase.
Oh, actually hitting that crystal. Interesting. I'm assuming you're not going for the task strap, but... Aside from the task strat, I believe the different orders, the difference is fairly negligible. We are T-minus about 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Just loading the game up now. Just have to switch to my console.
Yeah, so inconsistent, just trying to load up these cannons by double jumping, which simultaneously launches enemies downwards into them. If you look at the boss, this is the third phase of the boss. The first phase was the boss looking pretty normal. Second phase was us inside the boss's body, and now the boss is torn open quite graphically for a game targeted towards 6-year-olds. You can see that's not a tail, that's his exposed spine, an exposed rib cage. But there are so many rainbows and auroras and disappearing platforms and stuff that it's not really noticeable how violent this actually is, but it is an interesting thing to observe if you've played this game many hundreds of times, if not many thousands of times.
Time is coming up pretty soon now. Destabilize.
Alright. Well, the game's loading. I'll do my best.
And GG, that's 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that was time.
15 seconds under estimate.
GG, I knew you'd make it. I told you I believed, and I was right.